Hello everyone, welcome to another session on Tableau. And today we'll be learning about ETL. What is ETL? Its overview. And what does it stand for? It stands for extract, transform, and load. You are extracting the data, transforming it, and then loading it. But where and how is it happening? That's what we're going to learn today. And what is its important in Tableau is again what we need to know. So my name is Agadunisa Begum. I am a technical trainer. I give trainings on Azure, Tableau, and AWS, and also I am a soft skills trainer. Now, quickly going towards the agenda of today's session, we're going to know what is ETL, how does it work, its advantages and disadvantages, and some of the use cases or applications of it. So ETL, like I said, it stands for extract, transform, and load. It's used to synthesize or extract data from various sources and load it to the data warehouse. And some of the examples of ETL tools. There are different ETL tools available, and some of them are Talent, Informatica, SSIL, that is a SQL Service Integrated System. So now first I'll explain you how does it work? How does ETL work? So extraction, transformation, and loading. This process, how is it happening? So first step here is extraction, next is transformation, and then it's loading. So if you first coming to step one, that is extraction, some businesses rely on single data type or or a system of data. So most manage data from a variety of sources and use a number of data analysis tools to produce business intelligence. But to make a complex data strategy like this work, the data must be able to travel freely between system and apps. So before data can be moved to new destination, it must first be extracted from its source. So that is what the first extraction step is doing. So structured and unstructured data, the raw data, what type of data are you collecting, from which, from where are you collecting it, from different sources, and then you are putting it into a single repository. So what are the different places or raw data, where is it extracted from? It could be from existing databases or a cloud and on-premises environments. Sales and marketing applications are there, CRM systems, analytical tools. So these are all the things from where you extract the data and you're storing it into a single repository. Now, although this step can be done manually, what happens, hand coded data extraction, it can be time intensive, and then it is also prone to errors. So ETL tools, what do they do? They automate the extraction process and create a more efficient and reliable workflow. So that is the reason you need ETL tools for that. Manually it is a bit difficult, but yeah, you can also do it manually. Now coming to the second step, that is transformation. During this phase, rules and regulation can be applied that ensure data quality and accessibility. So when I'm telling you about data quality, quality as in what type of data you require. So if there is a data source, you have a customer's data. In that, you have the contact number, you have the age, you have the address, everything about the customer. Now, what do you require? You might require what do they buy from, which it could be possible that if you have a certain product that you are selling to people, so you will need to know which area, people from which area are buying which products. So that is something, that is what you require. So that is the quality and how accurate that is. That is one thing that is happening in this transformation step. The next is the accessibility. Accessibility as in, if you are somebody who is creating the report, and in that report you have the access to everything. You can edit the report, you can interact with the report, you can just go through the report and publish it. It's up to you. But then you are giving access to different people in your company, or in your system, or in your team, depending upon their their requirements or how are they working with the report. So you might give access of editing to some, or access of only interacting with the report to some, and to some you only give the reading or viewing the report. That access you give. So that is up to you. So accessibility and quality, these are playing the major roles. Now, To do this, there are different sub-processes involved in data transformation. What are those processes? Cleansing of the data. What are you doing in cleansing is you are clearing the inconsistencies and missing values. Then you are doing the standardization of the data, what that is formatting rule. Formatting rules are applied to the data set. Then there is verification, and then you are sorting the data. And depending upon your requirement, you are making different changes in the data. That is what transformation is doing here. Then we have the loading process. Final step here is the loading process. And what you are doing, you're loading the newly transformed data into a new destination. Data can be loaded all at once or in scheduled intervals. So if you're loading the data all at once, then it is called as a full loading. Or when you're doing it in scheduled intervals, then that is called as incremental loading. Okay. So this was the process of ETL, just an overview for you to understand. Then why are we using ETL? So there are certain points here, like all the data can be stored in a common data repository, of course, then enhances the capabilities of business intelligence tools for decision making. Then the process of data transformation can be verified. Comparison of data is possible between source and target. So these are the things. But to give you again, I'll give you a use case or an application of ETL for you to understand it better. So, for example, you are an insurance agent and you have different clients at different locations. Now, what do? You will have to suppose you're staying at one place, and then your client, there are you have 2 to 3 clients that you have to visit for a day, or you might have a list of 10 clients that you'll have to visit, and they stay far away from each other. So, if you're going to one client without knowing, without having the proper data, it will take you one full day to just travel in traveling. While if you are having this proper data source, that is you have extracted that data, you have transformed it, and you have it loaded in such a way that all the clients that are in one region, you have the data of those clients. So instead of reaching only one client per day and spending all day traveling, you can reach 2 to 3 clients who are in one area. So that is one of the use of ETL. That is the very basic use. And now that depends upon how where you are working, in what field you are working, and how this ETL can help you. All right. So I hope this was clear. Then these are different extraction sources from where you are extracting your data. The first step, extraction. So first, to these are just some of the examples. Now these are not all the extraction sources. There are different, but most commonly used are MySQL and Oracle, XML, JSON, and flat files. So MySQL and Oracle, these are customer based. You get the data from the customers. XML is extensible markup language. In this, you will be getting data from your partner companies. For example, for getting the data, you are tied up with some digital marketing company. So the data that you get from the digital marketing company, that is the XML extraction source. That is the source there. Then you have JSON, that is JavaScript object notation. What is this? The Facebook or Insta, when you are on social media, for example, and you fill different forms over there, your customers are filling different forms over there. So that data that you get, that is JSON. Then you have flat files, different text files. An example for this would be mm, when and when you're calling any customer care service, and when on the IVR they ask you to just select the IVR service that tells you to select the numbers 1, 2, or 3, dial 1 for this, dial 2 for this. So that is one way of extracting sources from the flat files or the text files. So what do they analyze there on the call through the IVR service is that first thing is how much time are you spending on the call, how many calls are there for feedback, and how many calls are there for complaints. And so these are the different things that they take into consideration, and that is how they get that data. That is one type of extraction source. So coming towards the advantages and disadvantages. Advantages would include extraction Extraction is possible from many resources, so that we have seen just now. Data can be transformed before loading, ease of use, and fewer mistake, faster querying, and better results because it's done by a tool. And then you have disadvantages. ETL can only load a limited amount of data. It's not real time, and data warehouses to load the data are costly. Now, this is something that can, cause a problem. That is, data warehouses that where you are loading the data can be costly sometimes. So that is one thing. That is a disadvantage that you can consider. But then, that depends on your usage, how much, if your benefits are more than the risk that you are taking. So definitely you can go for this. Go for any ETL tool like Talent is there, Informatica is there, and there are many. You can just do your research and then you can go ahead with it. Thank you very much for being in this session patiently. And if you have any doubts regarding this, and if you have any feedbacks for me, feel free to comment. And thank you very much till the next session. Goodbye and happy learning.